Yo, what up? There was some motherfucking snake eater. Ooh, master book. Let's download. Japanese language pack. Good morning, good morning. What's up? Oh, fuck. Nah, what? What'd you say? Work was cool. Just happy I got the days off. What you mean load game? A special? Let me see. I'm going hard difficulty.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into two, East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Oh, okay. David Hayter. Oh shit, I'm hyped.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask.
Why you talking to me like that, bro? You know who I am? Motherfucking snake.
Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Yeah, throw that shit at him.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout model.
This is one for the history books. The world's first Halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with you.
Jack, I've got some important news. The head of the CIA has finally given us the green light for the Virtuous mission.
Virtual mission?
No, the Virtuous mission. The future of our Fox unit depends on it. If it succeeds, we'll be officially organized into a unit.
Virtuous mission? Sounds like some kind of initiation ritual.
You know, don't get cocky. This isn't a training op.
Right. So what exactly is this wonderful mission?
Well, about 2 years ago, a certain Soviet scientist requested asylum in the West through one of our moles. His name is Nikolai Stepanovich Sokolov.
Coffee is
He's head of
amazing.
the OKB
Because I made it.
Design Bureau, one of the Soviets' top-secret weapon research facilities, and the East's foremost expert on weapons development.
Sokolov? Isn't he that famous rocket scientist?
The very same. On April the 12th, 1961, the Soviets achieved the first manned spaceflight in history.
The Earth was blue, but there was no God.
Well spoken. The rocket that carried Yuri Gagarin to orbit was the A-1, known as the Vostok rocket. Sokolov is said to be the man most responsible for the multi-engine
What? That
cluster
should be-
used in that rocket.
Should be perfect.
After Gagarin's flight, Sokolov left rocket development to become the head of the newly established Design Bureau.
From a lowly technician to head of a design bureau, that's quite a success story. So why do you want to defect?
It seems he'd become afraid of his own creations.
Afraid?
Call it a crisis of conscience.
And for that, he left his country and his family behind and went over the fence?
Not exactly. One of his conditions was that his family was also to be taken safely to the west. We used a mole to get the family out first and succeeded in sneaking Sokolov over the Berlin Wall shortly afterwards. I was the one who conducted the operation.
The security on the eastern side was still full of holes back then. Then what?
We got Sokolov over in one piece, but the whole ordeal had left him exhausted, and we checked him into a hospital in West Berlin. It took him 2 weeks and more than 600 miles to get from the research facility in the Soviet Union to Berlin. He was in no condition to say anything coherent. And it was only a week later that we had something much bigger on our hands.
The Cuban Missile Crisis.
October the 16th, 1962, President Kennedy received word that
They talking too much because you don't understand the,
intermediate-range ballistic
you know what I
missiles
mean, like
to
the
Cuba.
whole situation.
The President demanded
I want to see the action.
At the same time, he announced a naval blockade.
You're like one of my
for
friends. This
missile
nigga,
shipments
he'll see me
to
play a
Cuba.
game like this and be like, nah,
But the
bro.
Soviets didn't back down.
I wanna
Instead,
see
placing
killing.
their armed forces on secondary alert. Soviet transport ships carrying missiles continued on course towards Cuba. US and Soviet forces went on alert for an all-out nuclear war. Frantic negotiations were conducted through
This is one of my favorite
Security
games. This shit
Council
came out in
and
early
channels
2000s.
to end the hair-trigger standoff.
PlayStation 2.
Finally, on October the 28th, the Soviet Union agreed to remove its missiles from Cuba. And so the world avoided a nuclear holocaust. But in order to get the Soviets to pull their missiles out, we had to make a deal.
You mean the one where the US agreed to remove its IRBMs from Turkey?
No. The Jupiter IRBMs deployed in Turkey were obsolete, and we were going to get rid of them anyway. They had no strategic value whatsoever to either the US or the Russians. The Turkey deal was a ruse, a cover story that was fed to the other intelligence agencies around the world.
So what did the Russians really want?
Sokolov. They wanted us to return Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
At the time, we had no idea. We were running out of time. It was either give up Sokolov or risk full-scale nuclear war. In the end, we had no choice. President Kennedy gave in to Khrushchev's demand. The next day, I got Sokolov out of the hospital, handed him over to agents on the eastern side. Sokolov kept on screaming, "Save me," until he disappeared from my sight. Then, a month ago, we received some new information from one of our moles.
About Sokolov?
Yes. He was taken back to the research facility and forced to continue working on the weapon in question under KGB supervision. Once more, it's on the verge of completion.
So what kind of weapon is it? Something to do with space rockets?
No, missiles.
Same technology.
I guess you're right. We don't know the details, but it appears to be a new kind of nuclear device. For half a year now, the Soviets have been conducting frequent nuclear tests at Semipalatinsk.
Something to do with the weapon, I assume.
We're talking about a secret weapon so big that Khrushchev was ready to pull out of Cuba to get it back.
Is Sokolov still in the facility?
No. According to our intelligence, he's in Selino-Yarsk, a place in the mountains about 3 miles to the west that's known as the Virgin Cliffs.
The Virgin Cliffs. Nice name for a virtuous mission.
They moved him there just recently.
Why?
Apparently, they're conducting a field test of the weapon, but it's our best chance to get him back. This mission would never have been possible if he was still in the research facility. This is our last chance. Sokolov must have known that too when he contacted us.
Listen up, Jack. Your mission is to infiltrate Selino-Yarsk in the Soviet mountains, ensure the safety of Sokolov, and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis. The clock is ticking. Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Take it easy. It's been combat-proven.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat Talon?
She's equipped with 2 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as 2 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit. If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Home in time for dinner.
But if anything goes wrong,
You'll be eating dinner, breakfast,
and all the rest of your meals in the jungle. Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake.
Why you gotta be
I'll be
so
referring to you as
dramatic?
Snake
Shut
from now
up,
on.
you stupid.
You're not to mention your real name.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
Woody restaurant, but
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
what about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom. This will be a sneaking mission. You must not be
Yeah,
seen by the
my
enemy.
boy David.
You must leave no trace of your
He was
presence.
good, he was
Is
good.
that clear? This kind of infiltration is the Fox unit's speciality. In other words, weapons and equipment are procured on site. That goes for food as well. You're completely naked, just as your name implies.
Great. Now I see why you asked me if I like snakes. I suppose calling me Snake was your idea of a joke, too.
No, there's a good reason for that. I'll tell you later when the time is right.
Gotcha. Getting back to the subject, how exactly am I supposed to feed myself?
You've been issued a knife and a tranquilizer gun. Use them to hunt for food. You'll also find some medical supplies in your backpack.
Yeah, about the backpack. I lost it in a tree on the way down.
I see. Well, you'd better go back and get it then. You know where it is?
No problem. I can see it from here. It's stuck on a branch.
To climb a tree, stand in front of a tree that's covered in ivy and press the action button. I'll be monitoring your progress over the radio. We can't risk violating Soviet airspace, but I'll be in the gunship. My frequency is 140.85. I'll give you a call if I need to talk to you. If you need to talk to me, use the send
I'm gonna
function.
go get it now.
Okay, Snake, go get your backpack.
Oof, this shit bring me back, son. Okay, my fault, my fault.
Snake!
I was just testing it. Man, I was basically leaving without grabbing my shit.
I see you've retrieved your backpack, Snake. To equip a weapon, it's necessary to take it out of your backpack. In the survival viewer, choose Weapon from the backpack. Your available weapons will be displayed in a window in the upper left. From that list, choose the weapon you want to equip and press the Enter button. For other equipped items, just do the same thing from Item.
Got it. Use the survival.
Yeah, we can do this.
Snake, try to remember some of the basics of CQC.
Commencing virtuous mission now.
Well, let's just look around. Yeah, nothing. Oh yeah. Oh, the aiming is crazy. I can't believe I got how to aim with this shit. So old. So to aim, you gotta hold square, but then you gotta do all one to go first person. Oh shit! Forgot about that one. And they can smack you with their tail. Oh, I remember that. Big bitch. This is how fucking detailed this shit gets. Yeah, shoot. Oh. No, I'm not just killing them. It's food. I'm gonna need it later. And I'm not killing them. That's a tranquilizer gun, so I'm putting them to sleep.
Major, I've spotted 2 enemy soldiers.
They're probably KGB troops sent to guard Sokolov.
AK-47s and grenades.
Snake, your presence in Soviet territory is already a violation of international law. We can't let the Kremlin find out that the CIA and the American government are involved. Contact with the enemy is strictly prohibited. Don't engage them in battle either. This is a stealth mission. Got that?
The Major is right. The point of this mission is to sneak through the jungle without being seen. The success of the mission depends on how well you use your camouflage. Change your camouflage by selecting Camouflage from the Survival Viewer. The Uniform option lets you pick your uniform, while the Face option lets you change your face paint. Choosing camouflage that blends in with your surroundings will help you conceal yourself more effectively. Also, don't forget that anything that moves will stand out in the jungle. If you just stand up and run around like an idiot, you're bound to be spotted. But if you crawl instead, you should be able to sneak by without being noticed. You can see how effective your camouflage is by looking at the camo index. The camo index shows how well your current camouflage blends in with the surrounding area. The higher the value, the harder you are to spot, and vice versa. The key is to make yourself one with nature.
Yeah, you
Keep
have
that
to
in
be
mind as you
completely
go
quiet,
along,
like,
okay?
most of the time. You know, like that, so 65. Woman is better, looks better. Right there, right? Okay. I knew that was something here. Check that tree.
What the?
No, there's like a way to like, a way to fucking pick them up, no? I guess not.
What's wrong?
Too far?
It's the enemy!
Oh, fuck. Gotta get used to these fucking. Gotta get used to these controls again. Oh, look, I found one of you already. It's like some secret shit. Hmm. Wasn't there something? There was something with that. I don't remember exactly what. Oh, I think I see it. Here we go.
What's wrong?
Oh shit. What the fuck is it? I hear him, but I don't see him. See the one sleeping there. Yeah, he's down, but you see how they have. So look, you see the Z's? How there's three of them popping up? The closer they are to waking up, they'll go from three Z's to two Z's to one Z. Damn, I can't climb this shit. Yes. Then they wake up and then it's over for your ass. I just lost my fucking suppressor. Yeah, bug juice. Oh, that's kind of hard on the eyes. Oof. At least for my big ass TV. It's not easy to look at. Oh, yeah, I shot the gun. I don't have. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Why are you laughing though? Oh my god. Oh my god. Off the bridge now? Yeah, I do, but I don't have bullets. I have one, but I don't have bullets. It's a 0 out of 25. Okay, take it easy. Let's not start wasting them. Yeah. Oh, you remember one of those little frogs that you actually, what the fuck is that? There's one around here.
Anybody there?
Oh. Oh.
No one here after all.
Oh. Whole fucking patrol unit. Just got this bad boy.
Who's that?
Oops.
Major, I've reached the abandoned factory where Sokolov is supposedly being held. This place is a dump. I can't see Sokolov from here. The security is pretty tight. There are sentries posted around the perimeter. I wonder how many are in.
Your objective, Sokolov, is inside the factory. They should be holding him in a room in the northeast section.
Northeast section. Got it.
Be careful. Your mission is to bring Sokolov back alive. He must not be exposed to any kind of danger. Do not approach Sokolov while in the alert phase.
Right.
Oh, and one more thing, Snake.
You mean there's more?
No, it's just that when you get to Sokolov, I want you to tell him something from me.
And that is?
Sorry for being so late.
Is that all?
Yes.
Understood. Beginning my approach to the target.
Huh? Who is that?
Who's that?
HQ.
The nigga not going down? Damn, bro, I shot you already. Oh shit. Yeah, let's restart that. That was very sloppy.
HQ, please respond. Who's that? What's going on? Respond. Sending reinforcements. HQ, please respond.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder. Going into high alert.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.
Who's that? HQ, please. Patrol. Patrol here.
Enemy sighted. Commencing attack.
He's definitely here somewhere. Flush him out. What's wrong? Where'd he go? What's wrong?
Who's that?
Radio! Where's your backup? Under attack?
No way that shit got me. It should have like it landed away from me.
Did you hear that? Nothing here. Huh? Did you hear that? Huh? Who's that?
Good as AI. Oh my lord.
Did you just hear something? Huh. There's nothing here. I see. HQ, please respond.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. We've lost sight of the intruder. Going into high alert.
Acknowledged. The enemy is still nearby. Pursue and engage him.